obviously a lot of criticism because you got put out wide. How was that as a player? Once again, you're going to do what the gaffer's going to do, but obviously that isn't really your natural position. And obviously you went on a few goal droughts. Sorry to bring that up as a goal scorer, but that what was that like? Been asked a few times by fans saying, ask Freddie this. What was that like? Going out wide and obviously not in your natural position.
Yeah, tough. It was really tough. Obviously at the time, like me and Murph had a great relationship playing 4-4-2 mixed sort of football, and then things started changing. We was playing one up top, three in the middle. Pitts was up top as well, so a lot of the time I'd be left wing or Didsy would be there, and I think I probably killed myself where I was probably too honest. I think Mick liked that I'd go and give everything. And ultimately, I'm one of them. I'd rather play. I could have probably kicked up a fuss and said I don't want to play left wing. But at the time, I just wanted to play. So for me, like obviously, I knew the goals was like drying up a little bit. I felt like I was playing left back at times, which like for left backs to score is like very rare. So obviously, you're a goal scorer getting judged playing sort of a defensive position. But yeah, it was tough. Obviously, with goal scoring, like confidence is massive. Like I said at the start, when I was scoring goals and firing, like you feel like you're going to score every week. And then at Ipswich, I had 2 droughts where, like one, it was like I couldn't score in training. I was like just mentally like just gone, like just like mad. And I think a lot of that's like outside noise at the time, where it's like you haven't done this. I think I went from maybe the Fulham goal or like after Fulham, I didn't score till the following like October, which was Burton at home, which again was like another big moment. Like the fans stuck with me all the way. I think most fans who I speak to now is like sort of blaming Mick a little bit for like putting me out of position and stuff. And it's difficult because you ultimately, I want to play up front. I wasn't saying, Mick, I want to play left wing. But the manager makes the decision and you've sort of got to get on with it. So in terms of, I think obviously Murph left as well, which was a massive thing. I think like Leon Best come in, Pitts come in. I love playing with Pitts, but we never really played as a 2. Didsy was obviously in, and it was like different sort of shapes. And yeah, I think obviously that it was tough. It was tough when you're scoring a lot of goals and you don't score. But I think for me, like my numbers, like my running stats was like mad. Like Mick used to love all that. And ultimately, I wanted to play. I wanted to play in the team, and I sort of probably gave up. Probably a bit like selfless for the team. When sometimes I probably could have been like obviously Bursant was there at the time, and like for me and him to play, it was like he could sort of stay up front, and I was like, me and Jonas Knudsen was like up and down, like working together. And sometimes, like obviously with fans and with obviously the media at times, like you going for a spell and it's like Sears hasn't scored in how many games. It's not like he's doing a great job for the team. And Mick was great with it. Mick was like, I love what you're doing. And I was like, yeah, I get that, but I want to play up front. But then ultimately I wanted to play. So it was a sort of, with Mick, it was like, well, if you don't want to do it, you sit on the bench. Like my career has been, I'm probably not going to play as a number 9 in a 1. It's normally like a bigger man, like the Murph, best he played, Pitts, Didsy. I think for me, like at my best, I'm always in a 4-4-2, like 2 up front. And now it's quite funny because it's coming more popular again. I think a lot of teams was watching Spain and Pep Guardiola, like they needed to play the midfield 3. And I think at the time we had Scusi, Jonathan Douglas, Kevin Brew, like really good midfield 3, worked well together. But for me, I wanted to play 4-4-2. I'd love to be up front. And it's the question I get asked all the time, like that how I feel. And yeah, obviously wasn't happy, but ultimately I wanted to play. And I think Mick liked that I'd give 100%. And I think most Town fans you speak to would say like one thing, like good or bad, even like through the drought, I'll still give 100%. So that was always like tough, but ultimately you got to get on with it, haven't you?